Hello, I'm Andrew Markle from Adrenaline Birding, and let's talk about something right now that's kind of sweeping the birding world. Thermal scopes. When you think thermal scope, you think of something big, something gaudy. Nope, they're small, they're tiny. This is extremely popular in the hunting community. You have little thermal scopes that you put on a gun and a mount for hunting nocturnal things like the wild hogs that are like decimating certain areas down south. Huge problem. They're nocturnal, humans typically aren't, so people have been using thermal scopes to find the pigs at nighttime, and you're able to hunt them. Birders over the past, I want to say probably like 3-5 years, have discovered these, and my goodness, what a different world. I got mine at Lost Creek Shoe Shop in Mifflintown in Juniata County. They have a wide selection of thermal optics, far more than I ever would imagine. They have lots of models from the cheap to expensive. They have different brands, so you can go see what fits you, what fits what you're looking for. So today I'm going to go over the Zeiss. This is the Zeiss DTI 450. This was the really expensive model. It was the second most expensive model they had. I had gone through a bunch of different models until I found the one that I thought, man, that makes the most sense for me. So this is what it looks like. It is very small, much smaller than you think. And the buttons, which we'll get into, kind of close together. But functionality wise, it has a cap. You pull the cap off and you simply look through it. Essentially it's a monocular, not a spotting scope. And you just zoom in to where you're at appropriately zoomed. Power button, and you're off and running. It comes with, this model here has 8 different color hues that you look through: green, blue, red, there is rainbow, there is red hot, white hot, black hot. So I'll show you examples of each one. I have lots of examples I'll show you for what each color pattern looks like, but it essentially helps you in whatever your preference is for spotting something that gives off a heat source. What gives off heat sources? Any warm-blooded mammal, from a mouse to a person to any heat source like a car. Well, you can see it, and with this model, the functionality of it finding stuff and the high def quality it has is out of this world. I have no problems with that at all. One thing I was able to kind of creepily do was I went out in my backyard the first night I got it, and I was able to scan down through the street where I live on, and I could tell what neighbor recently had came home because their engine block was bright red and their wheels were bright red. So unique that I could literally see who recently left their car and who did it. So first night I got it, I went outside, pointed up the sky. It was October, and I saw tons and tons of bats that were migrating from north to south. I'm like, that's pretty awesome. Who knew that all night long bats are flying over your house at nighttime? In Pennsylvania, I think we have 3, maybe 4 species of bats that migrate, or other ones hibernate. So I was able to literally see, I think, 200-300 bats the first night I had this, within a matter of half an hour flying over my house.
So here's the power button. You simply depress it one time and it turns on. So functionality, if you want to take a picture, the button right beside the power button, which is where I have pretty strong feeling about this particular model. I don't think it was thought out very well. You should not have a power button right beside the take the picture and or record button. If you want to record it, you simply depress that button and it's recording whatever you see. To take a picture while recording, you simply just press that button really quickly and it takes a picture. Again, functionality is awesome. The idea behind it is great. I love it. Then there's 2 zoom buttons. This one here zooms up to 4 by, and it goes by half. So it zooms in half closer than 1, then 1.5, 2.5, and so on. You zoom in a good bit. As you'll notice, when you start to zoom in, and I'll show you the video right here, you lose a lot of pixelation, and the quality of what you're looking at really starts to suffer. So zoomed out, amazing product, high def. As you can see some of these pictures here, look at this picture of a white ibis. Look at this picture of a great-tailed grackle from Florida this year. The quality is unbelievable as far as high def quality of it and the recording and picture capabilities. Finally, the last button here is your hues. So you can go from night vision to red hot to white hot. So an example of white hot is everything is black except for essentially anything with the heat source. That's what's glowing white. If I go black hot, say I'm looking at ducks over water, I'll put it on black hot because the water looks white, and any heat source like the ducks or geese or anything in it they're gonna glow black in the scope. So really easy to change, or it's favorable to change the color hue to whatever you're kind of looking for. As far as looking at things, this thermal scope is absolutely awesome, no problem. However, let's talk about usability. So from my experience in using this, going on almost a year now, the power button next to the record or the other button, not only have I been recording awesome videos and really cool, neat footage of mammals and birds doing crazy things at night, I have accidentally put my finger forward by, what is that, quarter inch, half inch, and you turn the unit off while it's recording, which means you lost all footage that you just recorded. That's happened to me probably about a dozen times, and everybody I've given this to literally has turned it off while they're actually trying to look at something by accident, because the power button is right next to a button that you've often pushed. So that to me is a significant design flaw. The second thing with these is something internally for the 2 units that I've had have not functioned properly. So as I'm recording them, there's a lot of corrupt data. If you turn this unit off within a couple minutes, say 3 to 5 minutes of actually recording something, and you just set it aside, you let it process. If you don't do that, when you push the power button, you turn it off, it erases all the data that it just took. Additionally, the first one I got in this froze all the time. I'd be recording something like this, I'd be getting great footage, I'd be 20 seconds into it, and it freezed. And when it froze, it froze, it never unlocked, and then I had to power it down. And then I don't know if that started to corrupt things, but it just froze almost as much as it didn't. The second unit I got here doesn't freeze, but the issue with this is when I record something, say for 30 seconds, and then I press to stop recording, and I set it down beside me so everything saves internally. When I go to view that footage, maybe the last 10 seconds of that 30 seconds I've recorded is actually me having put it down. Now, clearly in the screen, the recording is off and it's still not recording, but somehow internally, the computer system, something's completely messed up in it. And again, this is the second unit I've had, and this is a very expensive unit, probably about $4,000. You would expect it to work much better than it does. I couldn't find any other reviews on YouTube of this, so I'm giving you the first one. I love its functionality as far as being able to see things, but the recording, which I want, because I want to share with the viewers, I want to share with you guys some of the neat things you see at night, because owls, rails, night jars, migrating birds, there's so much activity at nighttime. Mammals, most people are in bed sleeping, well, the world is actually wide awake as far as nature goes. So the last thing you'll need is a tripod. You'll want to stabilize this. I have found, even if I am in my vehicle and I have it like kind of wedged against I'm holding it as still as possible against my vehicle, any shake whatsoever on this is exacerbated by, I guess, because it's dark and you're looking at thermal. So you have to almost sit this thing down and let it sit by itself to get really good footage. Here's some shorebirds that were flying around versus here's me trying to hold it still. You can see the difference. So with these, if you're gonna record, you have to get a tripod, which just mount something on the bottom. It can be very simple like this. And this is a smaller tripod, not something big and cumbersome. But as far as recording goes, you're gonna need that, because no matter how still you think you are, there's gonna be a shake. I've been really frustrated with that. At this point, it'd be hard to recommend this, maybe a different model. We'll see what happens with it. I definitely need either a new model or going to go in a different direction with a different company. Other than that, that's about a wrap from the Zeiss DTI 450 thermal scope.
Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing and liking this video so we can continue to introduce birds to people and help grow the birding community. Enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next time.